A community responds. Soon after its platting in 1881, Aberdeen, South Dakota became known as the hub city because many railroads converged here. People traveling by rail in the upper United States often ended up passing through our growing city. And during wartime, especially World War II, hundreds of thousands of servicemen and women passed through Aberdeen on their way to serve or on their way home. You are standing in the historic Milwaukee Depot built in 1911. The railroad still utilizes portions of this depot, however much of the structure has been preserved to serve as a reminder of Aberdeen's railroad roots, but also as a reminder of the spirited generosity shown to our service people during World War II. At the height of World War II, Aberdeen felt a need to reach out to the troops who started passing through town by the thousands. Mayor O.M. Tiffany called a meeting and set a plan in motion. On August 19, 1943, the Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul, and Pacific Railroad donated space in this building so that the USO and the Red Cross could establish a canteen to feed the troops. It was called the Aberdeen Railway Station Canteen, and on the onset, served the typical fare of coffee, sandwiches, donuts, pie, milk, and pop. But soon after it opened, servicemen were buzzing about a special treat they had while passing through Aberdeen. What was this special treat? A sandwich like no one had ever tasted before. It was the famous pheasant sandwich. Concocted from a not-so-secret recipe, this sandwich defined Aberdeen and made our town known for incredible generosity and hospitality. The troops raved about it all over the world. In fact, this treat became so famous that the railroad itself even started promoting it in national magazines. Pheasant sandwiches weren't on the official menu per se. However, when the word went out for the need for donated items to serve the troops, area farmers responded with pheasants. A chicken salad-style recipe was created, and history was made. Due to the buzz, the demand and need for more pheasants skyrocketed. Special hunts were organized to harvest even more birds, and thankfully the game wardens looked the other way. The railroads cooperated by transporting the birds from across the region. At one time, over 1,000 birds were stored in a local locker. They tried to ration the birds so supply could be consistent. However, in a peak month of December 1943, the canteen fed on average 500 service people per day. On one of those days, a record-setting 1,500 people were served. The canteen was operated by volunteers who typically worked 24-hour shifts. Money and supplies were donated by area businesses and service clubs. When supplies ran low, the radio stations issued an alert and Aberdeen responded. Quite often, the citizens and businesses of Aberdeen would give up their rationed items, like butter, to donate to the canteen. Aberdeen's central location within the U.S. couldn't have been further from any wartime activity. But one look at this depot in the mid-1940s suggests that Aberdeen was a major transport hub for our troops. By the time the canteen closed in March of 1946, 586,000 troops had been served. This exhibit attempts to replicate what it may have looked like during the days of preparing the pheasant sandwich of the 1940s. As you stand here, imagine the bustle of servicemen and women all around you, the sound of several trains outside, the volunteers of the Red Cross and USO scurrying around with treats for the devoted visitors. Due to a very big heart and a great idea, our region of South Dakota will be known forever as the pheasant capital of the world and the home of the pheasant sandwich.